afternoon and welcome to India Today. I'm Avantika Singh. We are getting in some breaking news. We've been seeing long serpentine queues outside various ATM machines, and what you're seeing on your screens right now is the mother of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Heeraben, who is also taking the time out, and she's also queuing up at an ATM for cash. Images that we are just receiving right now from Ahmedabad that shows Narendra Modi's mother being helped by and assisted by two ladies on the either side and trying to help her to also get access to an ATM machine and get some cash. Now, there has been a lot of inconvenience to people at large across the country after the demonetization, but just seeing the Prime Minister's mother now also, reflects a lot about the kind of, efforts that people are putting in to try and get some cash. We have with us India Today's Brijesh Pandey for more on this. Brijesh, images of the Prime Minister's mother, Heeraben, queuing up at ATM to, get some cash speaks volumes, isn't it?
Well, I think it sends a very powerful message because, a lot of complaints have been coming out where, people have been talking about inconvenience and political parties trying to score political mileage out of it. But these visuals, clearly sends a very powerful message to one and all that, that you are not the only one who's standing in the queue. Even the mother of the Prime Minister herself, and she's in a very frail state of health and she's very old. Despite her age and her status as Prime Minister's mother, she is still standing in the queue to get her money exchanged. Now, these visuals will further boost the stock of Prime Minister in the sense that something which can be so easily arranged because she is Prime Minister's mother. Despite that, no special favor is being shown. She is standing in the queue like an ordinary citizen facing same kind of inconvenience. So it sends a very powerful political message of her standing in the queue to get her money exchanged. Vantika?
Absolutely, Brijesh. We have with us on the phone line Juvenile now from the BJP. Sir, thanks so much for speaking to us. We are seeing the images of the Prime Minister's mother also taking the time out and at an age that she is at and queuing up at an ATM for cash. This would really boost the morale for those who have been finding it, to be quite inconvenient to stand in those long queues and, take out money from the ATMs.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I wanted to say that we are just seeing the images of the Prime Minister's mother also taking the time out and going to an ATM, just to get cash out. I think one has to give her the kind of credit how she, has taken the time out at her age and also is taking all the effort to get cash out from an ATM.
The Prime Minister leads by an example in every regard.
Yes.
I think Prime Minister's own family, own mother, brothers, his own immediate blood relatives, what kind of a normal life they lead in various parts of Gujarat is known to the people of Gujarat country. In fact, his mother, when she fell ill, she went to a government hospital a few months ago. There was no special treatment. This is why I say Prime Minister leads by an example. And you have political parties and political dynasties in this country which claim everything. I think this is how Prime Minister leads the life of a commoner and family. It sets an example for it.
Oh, absolutely. And she certainly is setting out a very strong example. But, sir, the other people across the country, especially the daily laborers, are finding it extremely inconvenient. Even for people like, you and me, just standing in those long lines have been extremely arduous. Do you think that's going to last for a little while longer? Because at a few places, ATMs are also running dry.
You see, let me complete what I was saying about the mother of the Honorable Prime Minister.
Yes.
She's a 90-year-old lady. A lady of that seniority, a lady of that age, she's actually taking the trouble to go to the bank and exchange money. This is how we are seeing across the country. People are voluntarily coming, queuing up and withdrawing the money they want. I know even the Prime Minister said even on the first day itself, there is little inconvenience to people. But then we don't have to go to the bank every day. I think there is a withdrawal limit of 24,000 rupees per week. So you and me go to the bank once, withdraw 24,000 rupees cash. That is something that will last us for a few weeks.
Right.
And in a month, you can, if you want to go 4 times, you can draw a lakh of rupees in cash.
Right.
Is that a small amount? How many people in this country can actually withdraw 24,000 and spend it in a week?
Yes.
I think most of these people in the country don't even earn that much money in a month or in 3 months. So I think the problems are certainly there, teething problems initially, but once one is able to draw some money, I think they will be able to tide over this problem.
All right, all right. So it's just a matter of time. We have with us from the Congress, Mr. Sanjay Jha as well. Sir, good afternoon and thanks so much for speaking to us. We've just been speaking to our viewers about, the images of the Prime Minister's mother also taking the time and effort out at her age, to retrieve money from a bank. And she also is exhibiting some exemplary spirit by, coming out there and standing in a line.
Let me be very brutally honest with you. There are 25 Indians that I last read reportedly who have died standing in queues, inconvenienced ever since Mr. Modi tried to market his demonetization scheme. They include young children, they include old men, they include women. And you have today a Prime Minister of this country who is on an election campaign, has no apology, has not a tear to shed, and if anybody is responsible for the death of innocent people in this country, it is the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. I also want to make a point with due respect to his mother.
Yes.
But Mr. Modi is capable. He is capable of reaching the lowest common denominator, including making his mother standing in a queue, which everybody knows. You don't have to be a genius to know is an orchestrated photo op.
Right.
And this is nothing but a desperate Prime Minister who has stooped so low that he has to push his aged mother to stand in the queue to prove a point. Well, Mr. Modi, through the channel of India today, let me ask you, will you apologize to the 125 crore people of India because of the inconvenience you have put them through, and to the families of the 25 people of India who have already died? That is the bigger question.
Let me ask that question to Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao. Sir, would you like to respond to that?
No, I think for the Congress, they have Rahul Gandhi, who is the king of drama, who does nothing but dramatics. For Rahul Gandhi sitting on thousands of millions of crores of rupees to go to a bank account, to go to a bank, stand in a queue, was that not drama? I think where the Prime Minister's mother, who leads a very ordinary life, who lives in a 1-2 room with her one of her sons, you think she is indulging in drama? I think the Congress
and to be
party
fair,
and its
Mr. Sanjay Jha, even the Congress Vice President took the time out and stood in a queue outside an ATM machine. And not only that, is several other politicians, including the Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal.
Well, I think, please stop comparing apples and oranges, please. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is the Vice President of the Indian National Congress Party. It is our responsibility as an opposition party to question the motives of a very suspect Prime Minister and his government. I think this is a ridiculous comparison. Let's have a more civilized and an intelligent debate here. And I also want to bring a point here that Mr. Modi's fake crocodile tears, which will even embarrass a C-grade Bollywood actor, he should stop this. He's been chosen to be a Prime Minister to govern, to stick to the truth, and let him stop living in a land of illusions that he can act, he can shed crocodile tears, he can make his mother stand in a queue. I mean, what are we witnessing here, a soap opera? Or is this an Indian government trying to manage 125 crore aspirational people living in a functioning democracy? I think Mr. Modi is making this country into a monumental joke. He owes us all an apology for this kind of political conduct.
But the public so far has been largely supportive of the move, Mr. Sanjay Jha. Why do you think that this is nothing but a farce, this is nothing but a joke by the government?
Well, very straightforward. I'll give you some hard facts. The truth is that the real culprits with black money are sitting abroad. And Mr. Modi has done nothing. Nothing. He is silent on the Panama Papers. And if you read what all the experts have said, what the Congress party has said, what all other opposition parties are saying, by the way, not just us, there's no politics here, the black money component in cash which is kept by people is less than 3.5% to 4%. So I think this is nothing but a huge attempt to try and make a propaganda tool on black money. It's a famous big lie that Mr. Modi said to the people of India, 15 lakh आपके बैंक अकाउंट में आ जाएंगे, इससे बड़ा झूठ शायद भारत के लोगों से किसी और ने आज तक नहीं कहा होगा.
Right. And Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao, how would you respond to that with the united opposition, in fact, questioning the government's demonetization move, calling it nothing but a mere eyewash?
Look at the indignation and the condescending attitude of the Congress party to ordinary Indians. The mother of the Honorable Prime Minister, who lives a very simple, ordinary and above ordinary life, this is what they want to make a mockery out of it. I think this shows their attitude towards the poor of this country. To the average Indian, this is how they look at them. And as far as the Congress party is concerned, I think they should really own up. And the 15 lakh crores of corruption that they looted from this country in the 10 years of UPA, if they can just come clean on this, I think this country's entire annual budget can be financed from Congress party's corruption. I think they should stop talking about corruption because they are the fountainhead of corruption, and they represent in every problem the malice of black money and the malice of corruption. The Congress party represents the entire corrupt culture.
All right,
I think the more they complain, the more they will be exposed.
Okay, Mr. GVL Narasimha Rao and Mr. Sanjay Jha, thank you both for your time and expressing your views. What we are seeing right now are the images of the Prime Minister's mother who took the time out. She is about 19-year-old and she was accompanied by two assistants of hers, and she went up to a bank to retrieve cash. And there you see the visuals of that. We have with us the senior journalist from Ahmedabad, Mr. Uday Mahurkar. Uday, now I just got a representative from the BJP and the Congress, the usual war of words with the united opposition training its guns on the Prime Minister and the government. But let's just, get back to the visuals that we have been showcasing to our viewers. An old lady taking the time out and walking up to a bank to get cash is something that one needs to also compliment at the same time.
You see, I am now in Delhi, not in Ahmedabad these days.
Right, go ahead.
Yes, I do cover Gujarat. You see, this whole thing has become very political now. But what I can tell you is that the Prime Minister's family members live an extremely simple life. I mean, I think out of his 4 or 5 brothers, only one must have seen his office in the last 2.5 years. And his mother deals with his younger brother. His younger brother I knew him well because he was in the information department in Gujarat, so he used to deal with the journalists,
Right.
And he also, in fact, for several years after Mr. Modi became Chief Minister, he was in a side posting and he was transferred to Gandhinagar only in the last, I think, around 2007, 2008.
Right.
So they live a very simple life. His mother, and in fact,
right then.
One of his cousins, first cousin, he's a petrol dispenser at a petrol pump, So they live a very simple life. I mean, nobody can deny that. Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. We also have with us Mr. R.P. Singh of the BJP. So thanks so much for speaking to us. We were just speaking to Sanjay Jha a short while back. It's interesting at a time when the entire country has, hailed and praised a very bold move by the government. The opposition, it's training its guns on the Prime Minister, saying that this is nothing but an eyewash.
See, when we did a surgical strike against Pakistan, even then they raised questions on the surgical strike, they said it's fake and all. Now we've done a surgical strike on black money which they couldn't afford, again they say the same. And when they come and do photo optics in 4 crore rupees car, they come and stand in queue for photo optics and draw 4,000 rupees. Well, they can do what they want to do, but the issue is bigger. I mean, there's not only PM's mother, she's also a citizen. I'll appreciate, ask your cameramen and reporters to go to clusters. They've said, just in Delhi, go to clusters. When I say clusters, we go to jhoppadis and rehabilitation colonies. People are happy. If you want to go to my tweet, the person who comes to sweep our street from the city, he said, Modi Baba ko mera ashirwad. I mean, I said, wait, yeah, let me take your picture and let me take your video. I posted that.
Right.
It's not tutored. You can go and check with the man. I put the name of the phone of the man. So the issue is common man is happy. I mean, they are prepared to suffer for a while. I understand, and I'm also concerned. I'm equally concerned for the inconvenience because therefore yesterday I stood in a queue. There was a problem.
But you know, sir, at the same point, we're also getting in reports that patience is also running out. I mean, there is a limit to where people have been very accommodating and flexible, but there has been a mad scramble at various ATMs, people really squabbling with each other to exchange notes. Do you feel that if there is a cash crunch in the next few days, things could just probably backfire?
Okay, let me tell you very frankly, there is no cash crunch as far I know, and best of my knowledge, there is no cash crunch at all. It's matter only is that priority is the issue. I mean, people have to bear with the government and people have to have little patience. Like I withdrew my money, and me and my family withdrew money, that will suffice us for another almost fortnight or that much, and we will go back after a fortnight, whatever time is required. So let's not get into this that probably there's a last chance, I won't get a chance. So for a common man, whichever money he needs for a fortnight or week or 10 days or 15 days or a month, he can draw from bank in over a period. Not necessarily that he go and again and again every day. So we all have to be a little patient. And I understand people's anxiety, and I'm also equally worried about people's anxiety and concerns that yes, what will happen, and a lot of rumors being floated. I mean, like the rumor of the salt shortage and all happened. I mean, there's no shortage of that sort. So the new rumor being floated that there will be no currency of 100 rupees now. And that's why, through your medium, I'm asking all gurdwaras and temples, please exchange 2,000 notes against the donations which they get, and let's help people. There's a time where everyone needs to help each other for betterment of nation, for progress of nation. After 3 months, I'm telling you today, after 3 months, after December is over, or after 50 days or whatever time, so when all this is over, and when government has money, and today banks, I mean, last reported was 3 lakh crore rupees. I mean, we can imagine the amount, and I see something.
All right. Yes, sir. That aside, why is it then a united opposition has got together once again calling the move nothing but tax terrorism, political and financial anarchy? Is this mere political rhetoric? Is this the opposition building momentum to target the government in the winter session?
See, I fear further to this. I mean, other than this political rhetoric and whatever they're trying to do, whatever political money they're trying to take, I fear further from this. I appeal to them not to get into this, and because they have control over trade unions and all, and not to misuse this as a tool at this time of when there's a little problem in the country for converting this money. They should support the government right now.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. R.P. Singh, for your time.